Welcome to Humane.
This is the Humane AI Pin. It's a standalone device and software platform built from the ground up for AI.
Right, so this is a quick reaction video to the Humane AI Pin. If you are into AI and following the progression of ChatGPT and other tools, this is a big step up. It's the beginning, as it were, of the hardware AI race. And Humane is sort of the lead in the party starter, as it were. And there'll be many others. Obviously, there's a big conversation about OpenAI starting their own hardware, own mobile phone. But this one is really interesting. I think what's really interesting about Humane is that the interface with AI has completely changed. From the screens and what we're used to on the tablets and the mobile phones comes a new interface where it uses, well, audio, gestures, and sometimes your palm of your hand as a way to interact with the tool. Let's hear some more about this from the founder, Imran Chaudhry.
It comes in 3 colorways. Got Eclipse, Lunar, and Equinox. There's 2 pieces, a computer and a battery booster. Now the battery booster powers a smaller battery inside the main computer. And this is how we achieve our all-day battery life.
So if you ever exhaust the booster, you just reach into your pocket or bag and hot swap it. This is a perpetual power system that allows you to use your AI Pin for as long as you want.
There are no...
Right, very interesting that. So first the product looks very much like Apple, the very Apple-esque product. If you look at the colors, white, black, gray, that's typical sort of Apple territory. So based in the Valley, Silicon Valley, in California, obviously, a lot of people using the tech there, a lot of Apple products being used. This sits right in that space and looks really, really interesting. I think what's really interesting also is the fact that it is being designed to keep it simple. I love the idea of keeping the battery separate, for example, and the computer separate. And as you know it, and I'm sure you agree, if you are one of those AI fans, there is no other way but to buy this product to check it out and see how it's like. I want to just say something very clear, very quickly, that this is not the first AI hardware. There are countless number of AI hardwares I've seen across. I use one of them for noise cancellation. It's a small dongle by Asus, and I use that for many years now. So this is not a brand new tech in the AI space, and it's not the only one by any means. There are plenty of examples of other AI tools as well. But let's hear some more from the founder and Bethany.
There are no wake words, so it's not always listening or always recording. In fact, it doesn't do anything until you engage with it. And your engagement comes through your voice, touch, gesture, or the laser ink display.
It also comes with its own connectivity built right in, our own Humane network, connected by T-Mobile.
We were able to pack a lot of technology into something really small. It runs a Qualcomm Snapdragon chipset, and that means it's really fast, which is crucial for AI.
It's got an ultra-wide RGB camera, depth sensor, and motion sensors.
And it's got this really special speaker that creates this bubble of sound. It can be really intimate, or it can be really loud.
It has an indicator that we call the Trust Light that is built directly into the AI Pin's hardware via a dedicated privacy chip.
The Trust Light indicates when its input, optical, or audio sensors are active, ensuring full transparency and data security.
The AI Pin privacy chip also protects it from being exploited, which means if it's ever physically tampered with, it will require service from Humane to restore operation.
Very interesting that. So obviously, really easy to use. 3 inputs you have. You can do it to the button, through voice, through the gestures. As you'll see further in the video, they have like a camera. As you've seen already, they have a camera there. You can see what's going on and you can input. I think what's really interesting here is that they have taken the time to think about how people interact with it. My only challenge with it right now is that if it's not listening to you, how does the wake word actually work? Obviously, in the case of the Amazon and Google AI assistants, they're constantly listening to what you're saying. They're constantly hearing what you're saying, and the wake words will activate those tools or those hardware. How is this doing that then? Something to like definitely wait and watch and see how that's working. I think it's really interesting though. The tool is a very, very well thought about with clip-on batteries you can change all the time, which I think is really interesting as well. Right. In the next part, what you're going to do is you're going to see the audio and the gesture-based capability of this tool or device. I think it's really interesting how they demo this with the example of a song.
Or play songs from famous sci-fi films. I've got my music controls. If I go to the left, I can go back. If I go to the right, I can skip. If I was to go down, I can pause. And to get back to my home screen, I just close my hand. Okay. Got my clock, weather, the date. If I tilt my hand up, got nearby. It tells me everything that might be around me and where I am at the same time. I can also use it to ask questions like, when is the next eclipse and where is the best place to see it?
This is an AI browsing the web or grabbing knowledge from all over the internet.
The next total solar eclipse will occur on April 8th, 2024. Best places to see it are Exmouth, Australia, and East Timor.
I can use it for messaging.
Right, I'm going to stop there for a second. I think this is a critical mistake they've made. Actually, I believe the answer of this question is not correct. And they also talk about the almonds as well. There was a question they asked later on about almonds, and they actually kind of asked them what protein it has. And they kind of clarified that. So they clarified that actually is not true, that the April 8th solar eclipse will not pass over any Australia, East Timor, any other region. And one almond has about 0.254 grams of protein. Well, I don't blame them for like demoing it. I think we should take the idea that the tool can browse the web and can find this the answer for us. But equally, what's interesting here is that they should have got this right from the beginning. This is a very important demo video for themselves. They should have not kind of screwed it up basically at this stage. So that's really interesting that they actually did that demo. But as you can see, that the gesture-based stuff on the screen with your hand is really, really interesting. I feel that is a game changer, and we'll probably see many other projector-style screens on your hands on the walls, for example. I must say one thing though, it wasn't really sharp, so I could see the top part of the actual date, but I couldn't see the details below. So maybe the version number 2 or 3 will be much more crisper and clear what they're trying to do. The tool can also obviously summarize things for you, can see things from the pin and then obviously get back to you with summarizing it, which is what AI does. Incidentally, the tool also used OpenAI's APIs to create all these different capabilities of the tool. One part which I thought was really, really interesting was the translation part of this tool. I believe as we travel more, visit more countries, and pretty much are terrible at learning different languages, this tool is a great way to translate things for us on the go. I think this example was a brilliant one.
Estamos casi listos para enviar la versión final.
We are almost ready to ship the final version.
Great. I can't wait. Thanks so much.
Genial. No puedo esperar. Muchas gracias.
So what happened there is the AI auto-detected Spanish, interpreted to English, and replied back to Yanir in Spanish with my intonation. I can also force it into any language I'd like to speak or understand. With computer.
Really interesting that, right? That is for me like the biggest use case for this tool. I struggle a lot. I was recently in Japan. obviously don't know any Japanese. Can't read it, can't understand it, can't respond in it. And I thought this tool would be a fantastic tool to give me information in real time. So you can actually put in a Bluetooth headphone in your ears, get to find out information on the menu, talk to the waiters, for example, to get to order your food. While you're traveling, get ticket information, for instance. That's the kind of stuff that I really struggle with. And if I can plug in my headphones and get real-time translation by the pin looking into, I don't need to pick up my phone ever again. I can do that in real time. So all in all, this is a very, very interesting tool. I really enjoyed this video. The demo was really, really clear. There were some tiny, I would say, elementary mistakes there, schoolboy errors, as I say, but overall, the demo was very clear. It's very obvious to me what the opportunities and levels of application of the AI tool will be. And I feel like this is just the beginning of AI hardware. You will see a ton of them. Probably every tool, every AI, or every hardware you will see in the future which are tech-related will have AI as part of it. And for the next few months, quarters, maybe years, you'll hear a lot of AI tools. Probably it'll be really annoying. It'll become almost like a buzzword where people don't even care that it's actually there. A bit like digital or charging, for example, that kind of stuff we don't care about anymore. So this is a very, very interesting tool, very interesting hardware, but at the price point they're offering, I think most people will just go ahead and buy it, especially if you're an AI geek like myself. Unfortunately, it's only available in the US market, as they mentioned earlier, through T-Mobile. And so that means that obviously people who live in the UK or in Asia, Africa, other parts of the world will not be able to have the hardware and fully function. Interestingly, they have two bits of fees over here. There's one part is the one-off buying fee, and then there's a recurring monthly fee of $20. And I believe that is because of the T-Mobile billing, and obviously there'll be a recurring billing for the data you use for this tool. Because as you ask questions from the tool, it also goes online to find the answers for you. Because the ChatGPT models are actually linked through the APIs. So all in all, really interesting tool. Will I buy it? 100% I will. I want to make sure that I can utilize this as soon as possible. So if you have access to this tool already, I'll love to see if I can get my hands on it. And overall, very excited for this opportunity in the AI hardware space. I feel there's going to be a ton more coming our way. All right, if you found this video helpful, useful, please do click on subscribe. Do drop us a comment or leave us a message. Love to hear from you, and have a lovely week. Thank you.